Shabbat Shalom. In our parsha this week, Parshat Emor, our focus turns to the Kohanim and their special rules that apply to them. Like the Jewish people, the Kohanim too have their rules, but there's an added level to them which did not apply to the rest of us. Let me give you an example. When, God forbid, we lose a loved one, a parent, a wife, or a sibling, we can attend the funeral, as too can the Kohanim. But what about a dear friend that passes away? In that case, the Kohen is not allowed to enter the funeral parlor. He has to remain on the outside. He's not allowed to become tamei. And he might turn around and say, that's not fair. I want to honor my friend. It's not fair. Why do I have to keep this particular rule? The Torah is teaching the following. Emor al Kohanim, say very quietly and with a lot of patience, a lot of care. V'amarta alehem, and say it again to them. Say the rabbis. Say, the double expression means that there's an obligation on the Kohanim elders, the parents of the Kohanim, to teach their children about the lofty level of being a Kohen. Whenever we receive the expression, speak to the child, I always reflect about, am I talking about the child in front of me, or am I talking about the child that's inside of me? What does a child do? We all know that children behave in a certain impetuous way. They will do things because they want to do things. They don't want to listen to the instruction. They don't want to be told no. They want to do because they want to. They're impulsive. They want it now. And the Torah tells us, via this rule of the Kohanim, an important principle. The same way as the Kohanim have to educate their children that there are certain restrictions that are placed upon them which the rest of the Jewish people don't have to abide by, there are restrictions that are placed upon every single Jew which society doesn't have to apply by. And we have to educate our children about the importance of our status. But I want to take this in a slightly different direction. Quite often, the Torah will tell us to do a mitzvah. A mitzvah means a command, something that God has told us to do. Judaism is not a supermarket, said Rabbi Lichtenstein. You can't just go and pick and choose the mitzvot you want to do. The mitzvot are there, commanded to us by Hashem. God has commanded, we have to obey. We don't pick and choose. And we certainly do not choose when we feel that the mitzvah is standing in the way of personal enjoyment. The Torah says no, it is no. One of the frightening things that we've noticed over the past year of COVID is that the mitzvah of pikuach nefesh, of sanctifying and saving a life, as important as it is pushed to the side so we can be in a minyan, that we can have a yontiv meal, that we can be celebrating something, a simcha. The Torah says, v'chai b'hem, live by the commandments. Don't change your life by the commandments. And quite often, we act like children. It's not fair. I want to do this, right? This makes sense to me, and I'm actually doing God's will. No. Emor al Kohanim. Say to the Kohanim, talk to your children, the children physical and the child inside of you, that there are certain restrictions upon you that you have to obey, even if you don't seem to agree or appreciate them right now. It is one of the key, critical, and most important lessons within Judaism. The concept of being a metzuveh, of being commanded. If we rely and take to ourselves, Judaism is all about the feelings and the emotions, well, that will cause the destruction of a community and of our connection to our Yiddishkeit. Because if we say, when I feel emotionally attached, I will go to shul. When I feel emotionally attached, I'll put on tefillin. When I feel emotionally attached, I will pray. And then you don't feel it, what happens then? What happens then? You end up not praying. The Torah therefore teaches us, Emor v'amarta, say and repeat. Say it again. There are mitzvot that we have to observe. The inner child will protest. Certainly my inner child protests on the cold winter mornings about getting up for shul, of having to roll up my sleeve to put on tefillin when it is cold. But it's metzuveh. I am commanded. And it is through those actions that I grow as a person and as a Jew. We need to be reminded of this powerful lesson. Shabbat Shalom.